Hey, what's up everybody? It's Lids, and we're back for some more Hades 2, and last time we had a frustrating run, but it was with a new weapon aspect that we had at least yet to do a full-blown run with outside of a Chaos Trial, and we did still get the job done, so I think that is saying something. As for what we have planned for this run, it means that we now only have a couple of weapon aspects left that we've yet to get a full run with, so if we're trying to finish that prophecy, that means it just comes down to the aspect of Thanatos and the aspect of Medea. Thanatos is on the axe, Medea is on the skull. So if we head back over here, we'll find that the skull is the bonus bones weapon, so it may make sense for us to go with the aspect of Medea here. The other thing worth noting is that, as I've mentioned for a few runs now, there is an update, or at least a beta for an update, something like that, that gives an expanded, or at least new version of the true ending. Obviously, we've already experienced the original true ending, but we haven't seen the new version of it. So I have not implemented that or waited for that update, so this will be just a normal run in that sense. So we'll likely either do some Chaos Trials until that update gets fully released, or I'll just actually wait this time to record more episodes until that update comes out, which probably wouldn't affect you guys that much because we do have a backlog of episodes. But if we're looking at the aspect of Medea, we have upgraded it the first time, or at least unlocked it the first time, and we used it for one of the Chaos Trials, so kind of similar to the previous weapon aspect we were talking about, but we certainly could still upgrade this further. We might not quite have enough Nightmare to max it out, but we might have enough bones to get just one more Nightmare, which may do the trick. If I remember correctly, this one is kind of funky because it gives a lot of damage, but it basically makes the skull explode in your hand, so you have next to no range on it, so it's high risk, high reward. Maybe the damage can make up for that, but it does make me a little bit nervous, so let's try upgrading it here. I imagine the last upgrade is going to cost 2 Nightmare. That's usually the case, which means we probably can't afford it unless we head back and see if we can still purchase Nightmare. I think we can.
Broca.
We can. Okay, so let's do that.
This one.
And then there might even be an Arcana card or two that we'd like to upgrade with some more moon dust, so you know I'm gonna splurge a bit here. Okay, so, speaking of Arcana, I think, yes, we've been mentioning in passing that Judgment is seemingly the most expensive Arcana card that we've yet to upgrade, and there is something to be said for doing that, because there is an achievement, I think, for maxing out all of your Arcana, and probably a prophecy to go along with it, but not a huge fan of breaking this one out all that often, so I think maybe it's the Furies, which is quite good. Otherwise, there are some reroll-oriented ones that we could also upgrade, but let's go with this.
I see.
Because, let me just double check. Okay, that is active here. Because especially with this aspect, I think that could be meaningful. You basically drop the cast to give yourself an extra area of effect around you in which you're dealing plus 30% extra damage on top of the big damage we get from the aspect itself. And it's basically just glass cannon all the way through. We just hope that our cannon is hitting hard enough that it works out. We should now be able to, I believe, max this.
The curse on
There we go.
us.
Okay. So if we take you, this is what I was referring to. Let's just double check what the wording is. Your attack stays within reach, which basically means you're holding onto a ticking time bomb in your hand. Don't worry, it doesn't deal damage to us, but it does mean you either have to wait for it to explode or you use your special. 90% extra damage on both attack and special. That's pretty crazy. So there it is. That's the attack, and if you just wait, it eventually explodes. But if you do... That is the special. Does it have to be an enemy? Does that actually work? Okay, I think that is the case. So you can I think you can... Okay, yeah, you can load up on basically all of them and do a big burst of damage, or do you have a choice of doing, like, that, kind of, sort of, alternating between them? So I'm not really sure which one is the right move. Just a little faster to alternate. Maybe I can do it faster if I... It feels like I can't go any faster, but if I press the buttons faster, just based on the animations, but maybe if you just spam the buttons, you can actually do it a fair bit faster than that. So that's kind of the idea. That's the plan. And then if we're looking here at the fear, it would have us go up. It would have us go on 12 fear or more, which would be enough for the next threshold for Knight's Champion. So we obviously have yet to do that on the surface. In fact, 12 is probably, if not the highest, tied for the highest we've ever done. So that's a little scary. If we were to go 3 rivals, which I'm already concerned about with this weapon aspect. Again, if our damage is good enough, then maybe it's not a huge deal. But then really don't want to have to do that, given what we've seen with the 4th rival fight. I think that's pretty nasty. And it may be that as we start getting up higher on fear, we need to approach things a little bit differently. We have been getting by for the most part with triple rival, but maybe we just so happen to stumble into that when in fact there are much easier ways to get the fear up that high. So what are some other alternatives? Like you can... How much is this worth? That's worth 1. After we choose a boon, prime 3 magic for each rarity greater than common. I mean, that sounds bad, because obviously you'd like to have high rarity boons, but priming 3 magic, in the grand scheme of things, is not that much. What does it do if we upgrade again? 6? I'm kind of tempted to do that. What are some other ones that we haven't really experimented with? Forfeit is worth a ton. That's plus 3. It makes the first boon in each region become an onion, which basically does nothing. Which I think obviously means 1 less boon per floor, which is bad. But because it's the first boon in each floor, it's especially bad because it makes it hard to set up the keepsakes that give you a specific god or goddess. So if you're trying to build a run in a particular way, it does make it a lot trickier to do that. You're kind of just subject to whatever random stuff happens to pop up. So I don't know that we want to do that. We have been doing things like grit, hordes to a certain extent, maybe even the occasional debt. I think we've done this once or twice. I'm actually a little tempted to do this.
This I vow.
Because we're already going to be point blank more often than not with this weapon aspect, and basically this one means, yeah, it's like from Hades 1, when you kill an enemy, it becomes a ghost of sorts. If you don't walk over to and or hit the ghost, I forget if you actually need to attack it, then eventually the enemy will respawn, but if you do get rid of the ghost, then nothing happens. So it basically puts some pressure on you to immediately after killing an enemy, run up to where it died, and either just stand there or attack them, which, again, given how we're already a more or less point-blank range build, maybe that's not a huge issue. I'm sure there'll be times, though, when I rush in and get hit because of this. So we're gonna get a little experimental here. That very well may come back to bite us.
I'm so scared.
I'm a little scared, too. This does not really feel like my playstyle, but we're gonna try. I guess it does mean we're sort of hopping back and forth from one side of the enemies to the others. And that may or may not help us avoid getting hit. I'm not really sure. Okay, so then here, we did not do anything affecting the gods or goddesses who give boons. So we could technically still do those. Not that we're doing those very often. It's generally not the way that I approach things. You know, yeah, sure, occasionally we have a particular type of boon we'd like to see, but I do think, actually, it's worth considering. The attacks and the specials, we'd like to see stuff that has a lot of damage, of course. We'd probably like stuff that does not have a cooldown, or if it has a cooldown, it can be overrun, immediately triggered. Things like Zeus, where if you do enough damage, then you do still get the blitz damage to apply. Unlike Hephaestus, where you have a big burst of damage, but you have a long cooldown that you can only circumvent by significantly upgrading the level of the boon, and that probably takes a lot longer to do, so I'm not sure we want to go that. But things like Zeus, I mean, he does have a lot of damage, so that'd be good. I think Demeter for the cast, just to freeze, make it easier for us to more safely do the point-blank damage stuff. Aphrodite, point blank, huge damage, that makes sense. Hephaestus, as I said, probably not a great move. Apollo could be good too. His damage boons, they're a lot higher than I give them credit for, I think. They're not as high as Aphrodite, but they might be second highest. I think Poseidon could actually be a bit of a problem with the knockback, given how close range we are. That might make it hard for us to spam the combo repeatedly against the same enemy. Ares, maybe, because he's also in that category of he has some delayed damage. And then Hestia has damage over time. I feel like we want the damage to, yeah, I don't know if there's any way to make that apply almost immediately, because we've not done that much with Hestia. That might not be a great one. But, okay, I think we can still stick with this. And then the other thing is that I did tweak the Arcana ever so slightly. I did get rid of Night. It was previously there just to give us Moon, because I do like the auto hex charging, but we were rarely, if ever, directly benefiting from Night itself, so instead I put on the Furies, the one that we obviously just upgraded, but it does mean it's going to be a lot trickier to set up the hex, to actually use the hex, unless we are directly spending our magic, and there have certainly been many runs where we've been leaning on this, so do need to remember that is not going to be a factor. So lots of things were changing here, which does mean this could go horribly wrong. And it is still, regardless of how it's different than what we've done before, it is also just objectively harder because it is the highest sphere we've done. But as long as we can beat at least Eris, we get the bonus nightmare. So that's our goal. Of course, ideally we make it all the way through, and then we can get prophecy progress as well. But here we go. Let's see. Spam special, spam attack.
Beginning assignment.
I would like to remind myself what is technically the order. It's attack, then special, I think? Yeah. Attack, then special. Alright, now this feels... this feels very targeted right now. Here I am saying, oh, this is maybe not a run where we want to rely as heavily on the Hex. Immediately gets a Hex. Also, the Hex is in front of our... It feels like the depth perception, or whatever you want to call it, was really kind of messed up there. Now it's fine, but why was Malinui's head blocked by that? That's an aside. I do also see that Chaos Room.
The Titans, Kronos, and Prometheus have forged an alliance, yet are not so much alike. Prometheus longs for a world in which mortals do not answer to gods. He of all beings must know that shall never come to pass.
And he's the god of Titan of foresight, and yet he's still making that decision. Okay, so let's see. Wolf Howl, that is Hephaestus, which, as I was saying, probably not something we really want to get. I think this is Demeter, although I don't think we've had it yet. Impervious Nightmare, this combines with Aphrodite. And then once we get into the actual city, we can potentially target these particular people. This could be good with our aspect, because usually we use the Hex for direct damage, but maybe our aspect is giving us enough damage so we can approach the Hex a little bit differently and have it be set up. It costs 130 to use? That's insane. We're doing it though. We're gonna try. Okay, so charge this up. In fact, might be able to... Oh my goodness, that's insane. Okay, so that's what the little ghosts look like. And we took Golly. I think that's fine. Hold on.
That which is lurking soon is to be caught.
Indeed, quite soon. I also was a little distracted by seeing the little fishies on the very bottom of the screen there. Okay, so we skip Hera, who I think could have potentially been decent. But first room Chaos, obviously this is ideal timing. We do need to be very careful about anything that does damage when we do attacks or specials. I think is basically immediately out of question.
I'm ready.
That's out of the question, but beyond
Ready,
that...
Chaos?
Oh, hold on.
In we go.
The other thing is that we did get close to awakening Hypnos at the end of our previous run, but seemingly didn't quite make it happen. There's a chance that just going back to the crossroads at the end of this run is going to make that happen. Let's see what we can do here. I have to double check how much nectar we have. We have 2. I think we still want to ideally save one for Kronos if we can give to him, although we've yet to get that opportunity. So I'd like to save 1 at a minimum.
Seems to fate trace the being you called Typhon once again. Then it was gone. Perhaps a current emanating from the river you called time, and you found a way to put stop to it. One fewer possibility, yet there are many more.
Okay, so let's see. Take damage when we cast. After we get cast damage, those drop Inferno Bombs. Afterward we heal. We have less max life. Afterward our attack deals more damage. Ooh, can we get by? For 5 encounters, it's a long duration. We've 70 life total. I mean, I do really... We have not used this yet for prophecy completion purposes. Obviously, we've passed on those types of things in the past when we've known we're going into difficult runs, but maybe we can make an exception here because the upside is pretty sweet.
Let's see how this goes.
So at least if we... Yeah, 43 life makes me very nervous. But it could be all the more reason to target life rooms. Are we straight into the city now? We are. Okay, let's see. What are we dealing with? 3 Zeus, a hammer, Hermes, and double life. Okay, so I feel like we have some interesting tools to work with here. Triple Zeus is very tempting. Attack and or special, I think, could be quite good with that, and just generally anything that synergizes with that stuff, because he might have the most damage when you consider just the flat number, and I would hope that the percentage boost we're getting from our aspect boosts that. Then, as I said, Demeter on the cast could be quite nifty to make it a little bit safer by freezing enemies. Hermes we do oftentimes like seeing early on, because he has some boons that can provide value the longer they're there for. The hammer, I have to imagine there are some hammer upgrades that could help us with this aspect, although I couldn't name you any one in particular. And then the life, as I said, is helpful, especially given the chaos boon. So we have 6 rooms total we can do. 3 Zeus, 1 Demeter, 1 Hermes, 1 hammer. That's everything. So we have to skip, of those rooms I was highlighting, we'd have to skip 1. Is it the double life? Can we get by without it? I mean, the thing is, if we get... what's the safe... Doing the double life room first is very tempting, because then that almost, it basically does, cancel out, at least temporarily, the downside of this chaos.
Let's see.
And then the other thing I'm thinking about defensively is Demeter. Because if we do get freeze on the cast, then that's also a way to theoretically have us take less damage. I think I'm gonna skip Hermes on this run. I know he's been really good to us in the past, but I'm gonna do it. Okay, so remember...
Well,
and don't step in that. Also, make sure I pick this up. Oop, I missed. Down you go. Excuse me, sir. Okay, it's definitely a very fast play style, I can tell you that much. Okay, I do really like where that leaves us health-wise. Now, suddenly, I'm not as concerned about the downside of that Chaos boon that we took. There's also nothing in here? I'm surprised. Also, I just saw... Oh, I guess they're more the dead people. I just saw the guy furthest to the left there on the ground by himself. It's like, oh, that's unfortunate. Okay, so I definitely do want to see Triple Zeus. I think there's just a lot of synergizing potential there. And I'm a little less concerned about the survivability now, so maybe we can delay on Demeter. Ah, you still hit me even while I'm in the animation. Okay, that is good to know. It's not as if you get, it's not like you get high frames or anything like that when you're in the animation. Yeah, dropping the cast proactively. It's a little tempting. Oh, I missed. See that guy. That guy is annoying. Some count. I mean, we could do this.
ghastly thing.
May or may not help. Oh. Not realize I did not have those. Now I do have all of them. Please don't do that. One moment while I pick this up. So yeah, if you don't pick those up, then that means they're going to respawn. Those. I don't remember exactly how long we have to do it, but given how, for the most part, we're more or less right on top of enemies when they go down, that hasn't been that much of an issue. Any enemies that do damage to us when they die, that could be a problem. Or rival Polyphemus with all of his poison effects.
Your latest victory means there's an even slimmer chance Typhon may haunt us, is that it? Perhaps these are the very possibilities Prometheus has always prattled on about. Well then, keep on eliminating undesirable outcomes one by one.
Okay, let's see. So we're looking for attack or special. Ideally high rarity, although did we take the one? Hold on. That primes magic depending on the rarity that we take. Which I guess, you know, if we're committing to just not really using the Hex, then that's not a huge problem, actually. I mean, we do have 3 other rooms for Zeus, so we technically could have some time to be picky here. Did I not take any Oh, this is the... Oh, no. This was the Arcana setup where I got rid of all of the rerolls because it was so we could use the Zagreus and or Hades/Persephone keepsake. I mean, I guess those are options later on. Had I remembered/realized that were the case, I don't know, might have taken one of those right off the bat. We used one of those on the previous run, but I don't remember if we confirmed whether it only works for boons that you pick up when you have that... Oh, we took the one that upgrades rarity regardless of which god or goddess it's coming from, which I think was from Zagreus. The question was more so with the one from Hades/Persephone. Does it retroactively upgrade the level of every boon that you've already gotten? Does it only upgrade the ones that you acquire as you have that keepsake in your possession? Or you can take it on the first floor. Even if you switch off of it, does it still upgrade the rarity of every subsequent boon? In which case, that's really strong. Because that would all affect the timing that you would want to use. Okay. I think... Don't want your cast. I really want your attack and special. I know this is going to... So I was hoping we might be able to re-roll to see if we could get a higher rarity attack or special, but we'll go with the dash. It is going to prime a little bit of our magic, but I think that'll be okay. It's not a huge amount. And any stuff inside room areas? No. Okay. So we're going in for more Zeus, and we have 3 rooms before we get this, which is a bad attack boon worth of damage. But obviously it doesn't take the attack boon slot, so it's a bonus in that way. So if we can get a good attack boon and add this on top of it, then that could be incredible. Okay, I get use first, I think. Oh, I didn't realize that was the timer expiring. I do have the Zeus dash now. Might not mean for that to be a charged version, but okay, I guess that works too. Ooh, uh-oh. Nope. Okay, there you see it does glow a little bit. If, whoop, they're getting close. Coming back. It's useful information to have. There we go. Yeah, this aspect is pretty strong. It certainly seems that way.
Olympus, I accept this message.
Okay. No! Give me this on the attack or the special! Why do you insist on the cast? Okay, magic restoration. Lightning bolt effects may trigger 2 times. I mean, that could be really good. If we can then get the attack and or special boon. But we're still waiting for the attack and or special boon. And that's going to prime a lot of magic at this point. Hold on. This. We're at it. And we'll do... this. I mean, we have Zeus Precedent, which in and of itself is important. It's just with 3 Zeus rooms, I was pretty confident we were going to get at least the attack or special move. Okay, I guess we got the common rarity attack, so I did technically turn one of those things down already.
Ew.
Okay, I do need to... Oh, okay, that's max life, but not current life. That's fine. I do need to remember sometimes that I'll be spamming the attack button. And it's like, no, that's not going to do damage until I do this. There are some times when I'm standing right next to an enemy, thinking that I'm doing damage to them, that they're going to go down, and then they do not. So I technically have not activated the damage yet. Okay, so I think we're going... There's 1 more Zeus room, right? We have 3 more rooms left. So we go Zeus, Hammer... And then we can choose either Hermes or Demeter. I mean, again, technically, the earlier we get Hermes, the... You know, yeah, I was thinking we'd probably skip Hermes altogether, so... Okay, I think we just accept that. Because it's still early Hermes in the grand scheme of things, but especially if we're still looking for a cast boon. and getting Demeter there would be really helpful. Okay, so this one's really important, this room. Excuse me? Oh, I was pressing the attack button, not the special button. No! Okay, these are just a little... Technically, they can respawn as well. I missed. That while we're at it. Not the best enemy to prioritize. Please don't do that, sir.
More?
No. No more. Okay.
In the name of Hades.
Oh my goodness, no! Why? Why? No! Why do you do this to me? We should have just taken the common rarity attack. Oh man. That stinks. I mean, clearly we are not lacking damage even at this stage, but I would very much like to get the attack or the special from Zeus. I mean, we're priming a bunch of magic. We aren't really using much magic. I might take this just so we don't continue to prime even more magic.
Greater might.
Okay, we do the side room. In one more room and we get the Chaos Moon Evolving. So I guess, in a way, we already have the ginormous damage from the aspect, and then you can sort of look at this as something that makes up for us not having gotten an attack boon yet. I thought I missed. I'm surprised that I didn't.
There it is.
20 gold? Only 20? Excuse me? I would like the full 100, please. Alright. So, done there. And now, this is where I think it probably does make a lot of sense to skip. Oh, well, we're probably going to do the hammer regardless, unless we have reason to believe that there just aren't any good hammer upgrades for this aspect. And, well, there's the one that throws all of the skulls immediately. I know we've gotten that a few times, and that would definitely change the rhythm of it. I don't know if that'd actually be a good thing or a bad thing. Yeah. I don't know. Outside of that, I mean, yeah, I'm sure there are other ones that may or may not be helpful. Hopefully we get the helpful ones. Uh-oh. I need the skulls, please. Oh, I do have the skulls. I thought I did not have them.
Hold still in their shades.
One moment. Oh, did we get rid of the other summoning place? We might have. No! I was pressing the dodge button. So apparently that was not enough. That one was easy. I can have no gripes about that. Nope, don't do that. It's all these little guys that he's throwing. But aren't a huge deal if they come back. It's just annoying that they all can come back. Okay, so there's the Chaos Moon Evolving. So if nothing else, we get extra damage from that, which is nice. You don't really know what we're looking for here. Let's see. After you dash or special, wait. After your dash or specials, your attack has plus 15 base power. Okay, this is the one that I was referring to. I don't know if we actually want this. Your shells fire charge attack when retrieved, but make us lose magic. Well, if we're committing to not really using magic, we could be fine with that. And technically it would activate Power Surge. So I do kind of like this. I don't know if it still activates once we're out of magic. This does intrigue me, though. Not so much the dash part, but the special, since we are going to be alternating a lot between attacks and specials. And it's a starting flat 15 damage number, which when you multiply by 90% and then multiply by 43%, you know, that's going to be more like plus 30 damage per hit. as long as we're consistently making this a thing. So, I actually don't know which one is better. I think these might be the two best options for us, to be honest. It also says they're faster, though. Let's try this.
How's that for you, Revol?
Oh, I can't really test it out when there aren't any enemies to test it out on, I guess. Okay, but there are no side areas here. Chaos Boon has evolved, so we're up to 140 life, which is quite nice now. So I guess that would have been the nice thing, is if we felt like we could have gotten away without doing the extra life, then we could have also snuck in Hermes, but I think having extra life going into Rival Polyphemus, I'll never really say no to that. We still don't have many direct damage-dealing boons, and by that I mean we have one primary category boon, so I think that's why we'll definitely still go Demeter here. And now, maybe with the help of that Chaos Boon evolving, now we are more consistently one-shotting even relatively tanky enemies. Ah, look at that. I know that's fire.
Stay where you are.
One moment. Kind of want to do that. And wow, that's a lot of enemies. Kind of annoying when they're in the fire. Oh, thank you. There we go. Okay. Took a little bit of damage, but I think we... Oh, no, we used a block. Maybe that was it. We will heal. Not gonna gift here.
The scheme that Kronos has devised to keep us all occupied. Even Prometheus remains a nuisance as before. Inform us right away if you suspect any deceit.
You mean from Prometheus? Isn't it plainly obvious that he is already deceiving us? Okay, so... Yes, in a way. Do we not have the same rarity boosting Arcana cards? Because it does feel like we're getting less high rarity stuff. That might be a thing. Okay, we're not getting the cast, which would have been the primary thing I was looking for. This is the sort of secondary cast effect. But it does still give us some damage on the cast, which is kind of nice. We could get Magic Restoration, although don't know that that really helps us with what we're doing right now. And it is higher rarity, so it would prime a little bit. So I think we're probably just taking this and we're just accepting that we're not going to have an attack boon unless we get a nice one from the shop before the fight. And, I mean, just for comparison's sake, here you can see why I've said many times before, although I really love the freeze effect on Demeter. Damage-wise, 30%, that is less than what we got from our Chaos Boon. Yeah. So, for that reason,
Life
I
or
would
death.
very much like to find an attack boon from someone else. Please don't do that. Nope. There we go.
You
Okay,
shouldn't have crossed me.
Yeah, see, this is the other problem. We don't have very many good boons to upgrade here. What can even be... Oh, I guess that can still be duplicated. I mean, if we're thinking long-term, and we do get a Zeus attack and or special, then this is probably the best thing for us. But that's kind of speculative right now. Trying to be patient about it. Don't think there's anything else. No other side rooms, at least, in here. Okay, so let's skedaddle. Means we don't even need... Oh, hold on.
Poor wretches.
Get maybe a tiny bit of gold from that. Do this. And then through we go. So we potentially have a lot to gain here. Can we afford all this? We are 1 gold away from being able to afford all this. You have got to be kidding me. Well, as things currently stand, as I was kind of just saying, we don't have anything particularly good to upgrade with the palm. So I think we're passing on that. Oh, we also don't have the boatman upgrade, I'm realizing, which would have given us extra starting gold, which is why we don't have quite as much to work with here. So I'm thinking it's Ares, and I might consider an attack or special boon from him. And depending on how that goes, that may dictate whether we take the palm or not. And then, if we don't take the palm, we'll probably take the life. We're starting with this. See where this leads us. We do get both attack and special. The special is the higher rarity option. It gives us 50% damage, which is not huge. Strike has plus 50 base power when inflicting it, can be reapplied after 3 seconds. That's the problem. I don't like delay. I really don't like the delay. The good thing about Zeus is that although there is potentially a delay, there are various ways to proc that damage almost immediately just by doing more damage. And there may be other boons that make those effects happen immediately. I know there are for Zeus, there may be some for Ares as well on the wounds, but it just feels like it's not as ideal in that way. So, I might go for this mutual destruction. Even though, I mean, we actually do a fair bit of life. That life could be even higher still if we take that. I think we will, because I still not loving what I see here with mutual or with the palm. Unless we were to once again upgrade double strike, but I think that's overkill at this point when we still don't even know if that's going to do much for us. Yes, it has a tiny boost for Thunder Rush, but it really is most impactful with a Zeus attack or special. So here comes Rival Polyphemus. So he has poison.
Whenever war is over, the town's about the same. Last I checked, the dead are meant to be underground, not walking through the streets.
Yeah, so technically he's not poisoning with every single attack. It's only when he's glowing green, kinda, sorta. So that's important because we are gonna want to be right on top of him, which is generally not a very safe place to be against Polyphemus unless you can get him to try to do his grab attack, dodge out of the way, and then he gets stuck in an animation for a few seconds when you can basically attack him with no issues whatsoever, except for maybe Medea trying to attack you. So I think there's a very decent chance we're going to get poisoned at least once in this fight. So probably going to have to respond quickly, sprint over, get the antidote to heal that off, but then go right back into the fray.
The war with Kronos is over. It's just there are a few remaining details being sorted out, and the underworld is in enough of a state of disrepair that it isn't back in order yet.
Oh, that's too bad. I tell you to go down there and help him out, but that might cut into my sleep routine, which has been pretty good lately. Now come on, it's almost bedtime here.
Okay. Charge this up. Void. That. Ooh, hello. Okay, that's actually the exact attack that we want him to whip with. And that too. And Medea comes and tries to ruin everything.
And I forever.
Okay, I just decided that was going to be worth it. I don't know if that was actually true. What's he doing? Oh, now he's poisoned. But I think we still get that opportunity in. Oh, that was bad timing. Very bad timing. Man, that was a very bad place to be standing. Dodge through, maybe? Nope. Ooh, I ran straight into that. Please allow me to actually move. Thank you. That was weird. I do have to remember that this will just blow up in my hand without hitting him if I don't go in to get him. It's not especially helpful. He's doing something. Oh gosh, I got hit twice by that.
I can raise a few.
Nope. Okay, he spotted me, which means he's gonna do that. Like my skull's back, please. Oh, I missed. Oh, thankfully you attacked in the opposite direction from where I was standing. Is that all of them? Yeah, that's all of them. No, that's... Oh my god, that was horrible. And I missed again, somehow.
Now when I find you.
I decided that was worthwhile again. Oh, the skulls. Okay. And there we go. Like the skulls back again, ideally. A lot of poison on the ground. Just barely dashed through that one. Okay, he is poisoned at the moment, which means this is nasty. I'd like him to be unpoisoned. There we go. Oh, what? How did he hit me? Or something hit me. Nope. I want the skulls. That's all I'm asking for. A little trapped. Dash through.
Poor Cyclops is sick.
Oh, is he poisoned now? Hello, Medea. He is poisoned up. Ooh, that could have been nasty. Excuse me. 2 skulls? I don't necessarily need to hit him with every single skull, but it feels like with the boss fight it makes more sense to do the fully charged attack and just more of a hit and run rather than the basic enemies.
This.
Ooh, oh, somehow iframes. Do I have the skulls? I do not have the skulls. The skulls are right next to me. That is very unfortunate. Ooh, that was also very unfortunate timing. Like the skulls back, please. Excuse me. Nope. Nope, don't do that. I dashed into those as well. No. Also no! Oh, that's horrible. That's so horrible. It slows you down. That was not a coincidence before. That is very much a thing, it seems. Which I did not know. No! Oh, that was almost horrible. Used my skulls as well. I thought that was gonna be enough. It wasn't. Got through? There we go. Okay. The damage is great, don't get me wrong. It's just I'm, especially against bosses, struggling to find the balance between when to hit and when to play it safe.
Good find.
So fluffy.
What? Okay, so he's down. That's good. Good that we did end up getting all the extra life. I mean, I think that, you know, obviously if we hadn't done that, I think we would have used a Death Defiance, but a lot of that just came down to some questionable execution for little bits of time there. Okay, so we could Narcissus. What would it upgrade? Potentially this, potentially that, potentially this. I don't think that's all that helpful. We could, I mean, using it for the healing honestly wouldn't be a bad idea. We could go with this or this. Use this to rarefy, ideally, Zeus booms. I wish I knew how this worked mechanically. We had intended to test it out last time, but we had to adapt on the fly as we ran into a curveball or two. I guess we do this. And go here. Then let's see what we have here. So we don't have that much gold. It may make sense for us just to save up. We may just basically forget that Selene exists on this run. Oh, did we? Although technically, didn't we take the hex that we suspected combines with Demeter? And we do have Demeter. So there is technically some duo potential. I still don't know if that's worth going out of our way to spend our very limited gold to do that when we might benefit more from just getting healing right now. And that's, how long's the delay? 6 encounters? I might take that just in case things go horribly wrong on this next floor, which Can happen sometimes. It's 40 gold. I'm gonna do it. Okay. So yeah, the damage is incredible, and that is even without an attack or special boon. Hopefully, we can now use this keepsake to upgrade some attack and or special boons. That's the intention. And it is just a few rooms away from being upgraded, I think. Doesn't say here, does it? We used it on basically a full floor on our previous run. I forget if it upgrades. It upgrades the rarity by 1 tier, but I can do it on any god or goddess. That does not kill you. That's good to know. I'd like my skulls back. 4 for 4. Thank you. Okay, so we do have the option to, once one of these drops, turn it into a full room reward from, or a major reward from one of the Arcana cards that we did take. We can do that 3 times. So I'm thinking we would ideally like life, not magic, because, as we established, magic is not especially helpful. Where are the sword guys? Are they still up? There's just alternating between the attack and special, which does kind of seem like, at least against basic enemies, that is the way to go. So yes, we can transform this. I think we probably should. Turns into Hermes? Okay, well, we do end up getting a Hermes boon relatively early on, after all.
You found my special shrines. Good, good. Some mortals pray to me both for safe travels and free stuff. Almost free. Small surcharge, mind. Associate has got to take his cut.
Alright. Let's see. Sprint is faster. 2 instances of damage immunity. We get bonus gold. As I was saying, we did not have as much gold to start off with as we might have liked. Dodge chance based on number of boons. We do have a decent number of boons, and actually this Arcana card that we just used does make it easier to get more boons than we would otherwise have gotten. It's just that it's more of a long-term thing. I think this could be really helpful, not so much because of the sprint, but because of the extra 2 blocks per encounter with what is a very glass cannon-y weapon aspect. And this just ranked up. Okay, we can upgrade rarity 4 times now. So, if this is going to be the only floor in which we use this keepsake, then I think we want to basically use it with every boon that we pick up. Otherwise, we might run out of time.
Shamblers.
Yeah, obviously, if I can do this proactively, then great, but it's not always going to be the case. Get this, to get this. Oops. Okay. This does not count as a minor reward, I don't think, so I'm pretty sure we cannot re-roll it. I think we have to wait to do this until afterwards, so let's do you. Who's up? You're up. You're down. Whoop, that's not a great place for you to be right now. And that was also not a great place for you to be. Let's not get hit by those projectiles, preferably. Oh, really? Okay. Fortunately, I think that was the resistance from the boon, not from Golly, which is a limited number of blocks, but I really thought I sidestepped that enough to avoid getting hit. Yeah, so I wish I could change this to something else, to be honest. Okay, we will get Selene one way or another. That's another thing that we cannot change. Usually we're a big fan, but less so this time. Oops. Remember, ideally, we have the enemy in our cast when we're hitting them, because then we get bonus damage against them. That enemy was right on the edge, unfortunately. Moment, I would like my skulls back. I missed. There we go. There's me. I missed again. I missed and then got hit like 3 times somehow. I think from the whirlwind-like attack. But that was frustrating. I am occasionally having some trouble hitting enemies with it, given the lack of range even when I'm going straight after them. Okay, so I think there is duo potential here.
The possibilities.
And I'm not sure we've ever done this duo before. Technically, I think there is a prophecy for getting all the duo boons. Let's see what this does. Your hex can be God sent. All foes take 20 damage every 0.2 seconds during the effect, because usually it just slows them down. It doesn't really have anything in terms of direct damage, and having it last longer means that equates to more damage. Oh, having it charge up automatically is actually very convenient, given how we didn't take that Arcana card that does that. So now it actually is possible, even without using magic, to do that. Okay, so now I think we're doing this.
This was stolen from us.
Uh-oh. I'd like my skulls, please. I really need my skulls. Excuse me, sir. I'd like to see my skulls. Thank you. Nope, none of that. Okay, probably could have been faster, but it's at least some extra gold. It kind of pays for the healing that we got. I forget exactly how much that costs, but maybe around the same amount. Okay, this is a mini-boss. So it's either the guy with a gun or it's Charybdis. And probably prefer the guy with a gun. I'm sure he has a name, but he will forever be... He is the guy with a gun. He will forever be known as the guy with a gun, in my book.
I'm commandeering this vessel.
We are commandeering this vessel, I would like you to know. Where'd you go? Oh, you went over here. Okay, and I remember those projectiles do bounce back. Ooh, that, I'm surprised did not hit me. Still trying to get the hang of the rhythm here. Hello. Oop. Hello. Oh no! They took so long to bounce back. That's why I got hit. I waited for them and they just took an eternity. Excuse me. I just want those. I'd like for you to not have armor anymore, ideally. There we go. Okay, those seem to always be automatically targeted straight back at you when they bounce off the wall. Okay, there's the healing. It is pretty well timed, so that's nice. That checks out. And we use this.
Hear me on my authority.
Cast is probably what we'd like to see. Well, we can rarefy the attack, which is not the attack we're looking for. I really want, especially when we got all those Zeus boons at the beginning. Obviously, I wanted the attack, I wanted the special, or at least one of them. And then I was thinking, oh, with all these Zeus boons early, if we were to get the Zeus plus Hera duo, that could be incredible. And no Hera, and no more Zeus. I'm not particularly pleased about that. I think it might have to be this, and we might have to rarefy, because I'm not sure. Unless we do this, rarefy, and then, okay, the damage is at least decent. I think we're doing this, though.
Greater strength.
Vow of Hubris? What was that? Oh, the Prime. Right. Yeah, the keepsake is going to make it so that we end up priming more magic, but I'm just kind of excited that as a necessary evil. Oh, I did not pick up my skulls again. Please don't do that, sir. Okay, so this we will definitely convert. Nope, none of that. None of that. Ooh, there's a lot of you. There's like a whole lot. No! Ooh, how? How did I not get damage? Ooh, that was also extremely close. Terrain kill, we'll take it. Terrain kill again, perhaps? There we go. Okay, so definitely convert you. And then we may very well rarefy whatever it is, assuming it turns into a boon. It does not, though. It turns into gold instead. Definitely still preferable to what we saw. Okay, then Cersei. Is this a rare time when we would actually benefit from taking the Cersei upgrade that upgrades one of our Arcana cards? We had at least one that was not maxed out before. Oh, Origination is still here, and we have not maxed that out. Okay, so I know that's one of the Cersei upgrades that we've yet to take. It might be the only one. So we have at least one that benefits from getting that. We could consider it.
And butter block. Like
Evening, little pigs.
Oh, you're back.
We are back indeed. Okay, not gonna gift.
Our Lady Hecate confirmed each detail of what you have achieved, although with far less modesty than you. Oh, such an accomplishment, Poppet.
Thank you, Madam Cersei. If not for your enchantments, I might never have gained the summit of Olympus, which was a necessary step. You don't mind if we keep on like this?
Oh, I would mind if we no longer did. So long as you have more to do, you can veritably count on my contribution.
Thank you, Cersei. Let's see. So, yeah, this is the one that I was just referring to. And also, yeah, so it might be the only one left. Usually we've turned it down because all of the Arcana cards we've been using in a given run have been fully upgraded. The only thing that would benefit here would be Origination, so we're technically getting only half value out of it. And we don't really have many ways to apply curses right now, because we still don't have very many of the base primary type of boons. So it's not really optimal for this run. It is optimal, of course, for prophecy completion purposes. We don't need the healing, but when combined with you, it means we actually have a ton of healing potential, which is kind of nice, especially on a run that is likely to take a bunch of damage, whereas this, it does give us dodge chance and make us faster, so, I mean, both of these just feel like they are objectively much better than this, at least for this current run, by a pretty significant margin. So, I think I am still gonna go with one of them. Just bear in mind, this is still our highest fear run on the surface thus far, and would be the threshold necessary for the next tier of Champion of the Night, so I do want to take this seriously, even if things have been going fairly smoothly thus far. Don't want to get too overconfident. So, kind of like the synergy potential here. Sure.
Isn't it marvelous?
Thanks.
So that's long-term healing, which, at least when combined with this, is kind of intriguing. Probably could make a pretty strong case that the other option was actually better, but I imagine we take the other one a lot more often. So, a little bit of variety in that way, at least. Wow, there's a lot of enemies. I did not mean to do that. You are all right on top of each other, and I cannot get my skulls back. And I am very surprised that I did not get hit there. Oh, don't have the skulls. Don't walk in there.
This ship is mine.
I'll have you know that this ship is in fact mine. In case you were wondering. Okay, so this technically would give us healing, so we should save it for the end of the encounter. And then I think... oh, man. Yeah, we'll take Ares. As I was saying before, I don't really think this is who we're looking for. We would ideally be looking for Zeus. Ooh, excuse me. It's a little crowded. And then I kind of whiffed. Except I turned it into a charge version, which kind of helped, I guess. It's the picking up the skulls part, which is becoming the biggest issue. And enemies dodging me sometimes when I attempt to hit them. Oh, come on. Like, that's insane. That's insane to me. So we can heal it off with this. But let's take you first.
Olympus, I accept this message.
Okay, we can get a special damage one. When we have low life, we restore life. It's another way to... We really should be rarefying any and all these. I mean, we could turn this into the special. In a way, I feel like the Zeus special is more important than the Zeus attack. Maybe? This is magic restoration. We really just don't care about magic restoration at all. This is where I really want to reroll, but we don't have any. And we have basically locked ourselves out of it with you, and we still haven't used any of them. So, I mean, I guess...
Follow the house.
Can I rarefy this a second time? Okay, there you go. At least it's very high rarity. It does mean we're priming a lot of magic, but as I was just saying, that doesn't really matter.
Thanks, little one.
And that gets us up to max life, so there's the benefit of all the healing bonuses we got. Not that we took that much damage,
Let me
but...
show you the way.
This might give healing as well. I think this technically qualifies. Not that we need it, but okay. So we at least have a special damage boon now. We would like a nice attack boon, and we can rarefy it twice, and this might even... This is the penultimate room. Okay, so we really need that to happen right now. We're gonna see the optional boss fight? We might.
Solid ground ahead.
But we don't. We see Hestia. And a palm slice. I think we're taking this, and then probably this. I mean, we might have to take this as our attack at this point, if it lands on that. Double strike? No, you just keep on taunting me with this. I want to combine this with Zeus. Oh. Okay, so now we do this.
That Bowman's good at taking messages, isn't he? Almost like taking corpses down into the underworld like he used to. Nothing to do for those these days, except to burn.
Oh, that's a little dark. Okay, so we could get the attack, we could rarefy it twice and get it up to heroic rarity. The reason why I was saying at the very beginning, before we even started the run, that maybe Hestia doesn't make a ton of sense is because that Scorch is damage over time. And it's, yes, obviously that, I assume, still gets multiplied by all this, so it can still end up being a lot of damage, but I think we strongly prefer having a bunch of upfront damage. I don't think we're using charge special, although this is a ton of damage as well. Gives us the option of going that route, or we do this for just boss damage stuff, basically. Whatever we take, we're rarefying twice. I guess I'm gonna do this. It's 24% extra damage, which honestly, I mean, it's decent, especially when it just gives you another way to stack damage outside of a direct attack or special boon. So the big thing is that it allows us to still have a separate attack boon from someone. Ideally, it's Zeus, but it's only so much longer we can wait for that to happen. Alright, and this is Rival Eris. And in the past, we had done quite well with this, except the previous run, it went
Why is it that you're
quite
putting all
poorly.
your effort into stopping me? You're Strife. You should be unpredictable. Perhaps lash out at the forces of Kronos for a change of pace.
Yeah, why not do that?
What makes you think I don't? You're not the center of the world, babe, and I couldn't be more unpredictable. Don't know why I keep running into you, though. It's so random.
The hope is that we can more regularly get up close to her, making it easier for us to benefit from. I was really doing this. In the cast as well, ideally. This is not great timing. Nope, come back. Yeah, the problem last time was that I kept on being in a bad place to dodge that attack. Oh, okay, even more of that. Not a big fan of how much area that covers. That's kind of a pain. Yeah, dealt a ton of damage to us, but fortunately now getting rid of those guys does make a pretty big difference. Nope. Ooh, I like when you just insist on exclusively zapping that corner and nothing else. It is kind of nice. Okay, but don't stand there. Nope, I missed. In multiple ways. And that was bad. Wait to charge up this till a few seconds later. Oop, that's not what I meant to do. Ooh, I did kind of lose track for there. Nope, nope, don't do that. Oh, we have this. Ow. Ooh, double ow. Yeah, we're about to use Death Defiance, which is unfortunate. Yep, there it is. That's unfortunate. That was, I think, avoidable for sure. I mean, once again, we have the damage. That's not the problem. The problem is avoiding taking too much damage. And then she does this for a while. Nope. Nope. Stop doing that. Please come down now. You have to come down now. There we go. Yeah, it was definitely possible to get that without doing a Death Defiance, unfortunately, but just losing one is not the absolute end of the world. And there are various ways we can potentially still get that back. We have enough money that we can potentially purchase a Kiss of Styx. Okay, so we get that. We get this. We do get the Nightmare. That was the Nightmare boss. So if nothing else, we've done that much. We did also... Did we progress something for prophecy purposes? Oh, if we get slightly more Selene, we will, at least, for the duo potential. We get even more healing just from walking in between rooms, ever so slightly, but we'll take it. And from this as well, which is probably pretty significant. So now... my question is, do we go with the other keepsake that goes along these lines, the Jeweled Palm, since we are currently still at the Fate's Whim? I don't know if it retroactively takes that stuff away if we later then, like at the very end, put on, say, the Cloud Bangle. I think either way, we're taking this now, and it gets us almost up to max life. By the time we walk through another door or two, we will be there, so that's good. Most boons have +1 level, and it gives us a random Hades blessing. I think we try it. We wanted to do it on the previous run, we only didn't because things went a little more south than they just went in that previous fight, and we were feeling a little more desperate. So we gained a Hades boon, it's this. Deal more damage based on the number of Death Defiances we've used, and that's 8% right now. Okay, so... I'm a little tempted not to spend much, potentially not anything here, in case we do see a Kiss of Styx show up in a future mini shop. So those, I believe, cost 200 gold. So, yes, if we were to buy this, we'd pretty quickly get back up to 200 gold, or similar there, but I think we can still make this work as is. Whoa, I did not expect you to do that so quickly. Like, directed straight at me. I thought you were going to be focusing on fighting each other, because usually that's what happens in the first room. There we go. Fishing spot. Don't mind if we do.
The trap is set. Mine.
There we go.
This is a star sailor.
Very nice. Okay, more Demeter or the max life. I just want to see, now that we have taken this for the first time, it doesn't retroactively increase levels, no. Okay, so it doesn't do that. One would think it will upgrade the level of any boon that we find while we have the keepsake active. But then the question becomes, even after the fact, does it still upgrade the level? I don't know. I mean, that'd be really strong if it did, but it does come at a significant cost. So it doesn't feel like that's completely out of the question. Okay, hold on. I missed. There we go. Nope. None of that. No!
A boon. Olympus, I accept this message.
Let's see. So we might have to take this. Otherwise, we get even more barriers of immunity, but it primes even more magic. I mean, we'll take it. It'll prime even more magic because it's not common rarity, but we might be fine with that. I mean, yes, obviously, I want something here. Oh, and here you see, yes, so these are all level 2 because of this guy. This one is not possible to level up. There are some boons that are not, and that's why it does not say level 2 here. But nonetheless, it all depends on how greedy we want to be with the attack, and I have been quite greedy already. I will continue to be. I mean, we definitely do want something, obviously, before Typhon. But ideally, before this next fight between Prometheus and Heracles as well. We still should, theoretically, have plenty of time for that. There is a Chaos Room. It is still fairly early on this floor. It may be fine. Oops. That was almost very bad. Hate you. Oh, especially when you have armor. I really hate you then. Nope, don't do that. There's even more of them. There's nowhere to run. Nowhere is safe. Did I get my skulls back? I did not. Guess I can still do that even when I don't have my skulls, which is nice. I probably should have saved that to see if we took damage in this room, because that's very likely to happen. Or I'll just get trapped in that corner with that guy. Wait for it. That was a dodge, technically, apparently. Limitation, but that's okay. Actually would have preferred to have taken damage rather than using some of our blocks on that occasion, assuming that those were golly blocks, which are limited. Okay, so here... I mean, in theory, this is potentially still the best option, but it still is not really working with much here. It is, sure, helping you, but that's not saying much. This is only the life restoration from gathering resources, not from any source. That's not that exciting either. So, and we aren't really using magic, so no great options there. How do we feel about this? There is a chance that this will not evolve by the time we get to the boss fight, which would be a problem. We do not have any rerolls, so we could potentially get trapped in a really nasty situation. So this is very high risk. This is likely to be good. The upside is maybe not quite as high as this, but there's still some pretty good upside here. So I feel like we already kind of got a really good Chaos boon, and although it'd be nice to get another, I might just go with Dionysus on this occasion.
So I would like to propose another toast to all of you. Cheers! Back for more.
Indeed. And not gifting to you, I don't think.
Hey, wait, hold on. If you're not jesting that whatever war was on is over, then how come you keep showing up to get these battle-ready boons from me?
Suffice it to say, there are still battles to be won. But I'll spare you the details for the sake of your sanity and mine.
Well, cheers. I've not much sanity to spare. Sounds like you'll be around. You've got the special pass, so stop by any time.
Alright. So, this is, I'm almost certain, the only Dionysus boon that we've yet to take. So, it does mean sacrificing 333 gold, which, as I said, is... in the past, we've said no to this because we've had a lot of gold, and we're not keen on getting rid of so much. But this time, we aren't loaded. However, I would still like to keep the option open of purchasing back our Death Defiance with a kiss of sticks. I'm gonna be honest, I'm not loving these alternatives, because I don't remember if this actually means you have to hold this as long as a charge cast, or just your normal cast is also going to lob it up for big damage. And we still don't have a cast boon. We were hoping for Demeter on that. Wow. Okay. And we aren't really using charge moves either, because we don't have much magic to work with. I think we're taking it.
Well, all right.
And prophecy is fulfilled. Okay. We have to do this. We've been waiting so long for Zeus. We have to do this. It's Talos.
You probably can't understand a word I say.
There is a golden urn in here, which I'm very happy to see. Oh. Excuse me. Do I have the skulls? Sort of, but not really. The skulls, I do that. You are doing that. Not been doing the best job of setting up having him within the cast when I do that. Ideally, that would be the case. There we go. Got the skulls back immediately that time, which is nice. Ah, that was bad. I pressed attack when I meant to press special to immediately jump in for the damage rather than just stand around there. Whoa! I don't know if we've ever really seen him do that before. These guys back. I missed. There we go. Alright, we took a little bit of damage, used a lot of blocks, but we do have a lot of blocks, so hopefully that's not too much of a concern. The bigger deal is that this could be the boon that we've been waiting for a very long time.
Olympus, I accept this message.
Oh, that's not what I had in mind. This is what I had in mind. Hold on. Whenever you first deal damage to susceptible foes, you have a 25% chance to destroy them outright. Yeah, that is very tempting. One could argue that we have enough damage that that's not a huge deal. Can that proc on bosses, though? Does that just mean we have a 25% chance to immediately kill any boss? Or is there something in the game that basically just guarantees that that never applies against bosses? Because I could see that also being the case. I mean, it's hard to say no. The only reason why I would consider saying no is because we waited so long for this, and it is such an important piece to the puzzle that to turn it down now does make you wonder if we will ever get this attack boon showing up again. But I'm going to do this anyway.
Shocking every time.
Okay, I'm going to go for this. Those guys are fighting each other. And then I almost walked straight into that attack that he was charging up for the enemy. One moment while I wait for the skulls to come back, please. You're not supposed to block that. There we go. You're also not supposed to block that. Oh, okay. There's at least one enemy getting hit by that attack. Legendary that we just picked up. Excuse me. There we go. Okay. So, let's see what we get here. We were eyeing this before, thinking it might be good, although this has been so annoying when the skulls have not come back to us. I don't think we want this. I mean, they all affect what we're trying to do. This one does synergize with a Zeus boon that otherwise would not have been impactful. The one that does a burst of damage when we use magic. But I don't know that that's reason enough to take it. It's the charged attack. The extra charged attack, which with an attack boon could be incredible. But we still don't have one. This is largely convenience. But that's oftentimes when I'm taking damage, or at least the main reason why we are not actively dealing damage all the time is because I have to wait to get the shells back. So, I think that's really the key question, is how much of an issue is getting the shells back? I think we'll do this.
Behold the Argent Skull.
And we are already up above 200 gold. Which is good, because we did the loan. So we are going to get a bunch more gold later on, and we can now purchase a Kiss of Sticks if we see one. We're going to get more gold here. They're fighting each other. Save that healing, although technically you could argue that we do already need it. It would be kind of correct. Zap, by the way. Nope. Whoa, hello. Yeah, having these back is very nice. Oh, I missed. As I have so often. Okay, there we go. Not too bad, though. Hit this.
Observe.
Oh, two places. Oh, the shade over there. Okay. So that already heals us up all the way. That is quite nice.
Let's get you some.
So it is paying off a bit. This one's going to be fast. There we are. And that. Okay, do we still have... Does it show us how many of these we have remaining? We have one remaining. We could do this. It would give us a palm slice for something we still... I mean, yes, this would benefit from getting upgraded, yes, but the attack boon would be the thing that would benefit most, and we don't have an attack boon. So, it may still be... I mean, we could upgrade either one of these into something better with that Arcana card. I guess it doesn't matter that much, so sure, we'll go here, I guess. That's a lot of stuff. And it does mean there's a whole lot of these to pick up. Fortunately, it wasn't too bad, though. Didn't think that was going to be final wave. Something told me that would be the case. I missed. Oh. Now that's not a good thing. There are no other enemies, though. Oh, okay. I was pressing the dodge button, but just a split second too slow on it. Is the bird gone now? Maybe? Okay. So, yes, it's a palm slice. If it hits this, it's not the worst thing. If it hits anything else, I don't really know how much we benefit. So I think I am still going to transform.
Transform.
Okay, it does give us the Selene duo. So it is still nice from that standpoint. Enemies take damage. We can use an extra time in boss encounters. And then if there is another option to charge up, that would probably be good. Take less damage for the rest of the encounter. That is kind of nice. Starts 40% charged. I think I like that.
Your path has led to death.
Zeus! Yes. Thankfully, okay. Perhaps now we will finally get the boon that we were looking for, although we have kind of sort of turned it down on several occasions already, so to a certain extent, okay, that's a little annoying. That's useful. Please go down.
Traitor.
Nope, one moment. Oh. That was you going down. There's a whole bunch more. Athena? Question mark? I mean, it's still not exactly like it's a extremely long encounter. So no Athena.
In the name of Hades.
Okay. We can get his cast. We cannot get his attack. We can have the lightning bounce and prime more than the amount of magic that we have. Definitely don't want this. I mean, once upon a time we were saying cast from Demeter. I think it's this. And then this might even be the penultimate room now. I think it is. So we're really looking for an attack boon from this shop. And it might have to be Ares at this point. We probably will just buy both these things. We don't need the healing because we're going to get to full life once we walk in that room anyway. And then, I mean, if we get the palm first, we have a higher probability of hitting our existing boons. If we do this first, obviously we can hit what we get here. We'll just take this, because, yeah. I'll land it on that. And then here... Ooh. Ooh. This could be really good. Because we're doing wounds with our special. Okay. I do like that. Priming even more magic, so we're even more in the negative. Alright, so yes, we absolutely are unable to charge up our hex by ourselves. However, we do have a tiny bit of built-in hex charging, and we do start with the hex, what, however many percentage, 40% charged? And we can use it twice per boss encounter. I don't know if that's really going to end up happening, given how long that would take, but... Here goes nothing. It is the rival Prometheus / Heracles fight. We have 2 Death Defiances, because we used one in the previous rival fight, but we have not gotten it back yet. We at one point in time, had a bunch of attack damage. I think at this point, yes, this is still incredible, but we're probably getting to the point where having no attack boon is very much catching up to us. We have a nice special boon, so there is that.
Just like he said.
We have some matters to discuss, Prometheus. So why not ask your big friend there to step aside? It would be rather rude of him to eavesdrop on our private conversations.
I wonder if that actually is because there is truly an important plot-based conversation to be had with Prometheus, and Malinui always drops that line if you are doing the rival fight during one of those conversations.
You shall not believe this for some time, Agent of Change, but Heracles can be trusted. Certainly not in your present case, but still.
There was an aspect of the prophecy to free the Fates that required that we get to know the person who has rebelled against the gods, and that was one of the ones that I was less certain about who that was referring to. I mean, rebelling against the gods kind of implies that at one point in time that person was siding with the gods, so I think that would probably rule out Prometheus, although he certainly is fighting against the gods right now. That's why I thought Heracles might make a little more sense. I mean, he's a demigod himself, son of Zeus, so one would have thought that he would be on the gods' side, but obviously, as evidenced by this fight, he is not so much helping the gods.
I care next to naught for what you say, sister. You wish for me to step aside. Make me. Either here and now, or by whichever means you got me to show up.
Yeah, so is this just a generic conversation because of the rival fight, or is this actually based on the prophecy? I'm not sure.
Well, since the both of you are here, I just want you to know, neither one of you is as strong as you look.
Alright, hopefully we can back up that smack talk.
You underestimate our combined strength, though not for much longer. Let's show her, Heracles.
Okay. Okay, I remember the bird. I don't know how long it lasts for. What does Prometheus do? It looked like he was trying to attack Heracles. It's very confusing. Ooh, okay. Yep, I wanted to put it in the corner. I did not want to pin myself in the corner, though. Ooh. I missed. Excuse me. Does seem like this aspect is particularly good against these guys. Whoop. Put this over here. I missed. Again. That's this. Sure, I'll hit you even if I was kind of trying to focus on Prometheus primarily. Ooh, that was bad. Not the way to dodge that. Okay, I think we do want to use this as soon as possible. Because it does give us a little bit of damage reduction for the rest of the fight. Okay, hold on. Middle. Or bottom, bottom, top. Bottom, bottom. Get over there. Okay. One. Get rid of 2 for 1. Let's call that bonus now. Whoa. Yeah, he brought friends. Yeah, they do probably go away. Although I wish I didn't waste the resistance on them. Yeah, if you want to just chase me around and get hit by our dash, then that does technically work. That actually does work really well, rhythm-wise, with timing-wise, dodging that projectile smash attack for him, because we end up on the other side, and then I almost jinxed it, of course, as soon as I said that. We've done it several times successfully already, so even if it messes up once or twice, I'm still stand by that. I missed. That would have been a particularly nice one to have hit, because they were right next to each other. So.
Watch this.
I will watch this. You are kind of close to phasing again, Prometheus. I missed. No! Stop running away! Stop running away! That was lucky. I was not paying attention to Prometheus there. Okay, he's in phase now? Surprised that he hasn't. Okay, here it is.
All you got, your memories are far
Top, not top, top, middle, or top, bottom, bottom, middle, not middle, top, bottom, bottom, middle, not middle, right? Yeah, okay. Good. Let's get rid of Prometheus now if we can. Me. Okay, so we're gonna put that over there. Oops, I did not mean to press the pause button there. I knew he was standing in that. Decided it was worth taking advantage of that opportunity. Oh, wow. That was really nasty. We just got hit by a bunch of things that happened to be lined up. No! You ran away into your fire. That should be illegal. Don't mind me. Okay, not worth it. I don't think. No, it definitely was not worth it. I knew it was going to heal us. I wasn't sure if we were going to have enough time. Okay, so we're going to have to use Death Defines here in all likelihood, I think. It's extremely likely. Oh, especially if I walk into that. Sometimes the timing of the resistances just makes no sense to me. Like, how did we resist there when we've been hit by a bunch of other stuff long before that? Prometheus is almost down. No! As I'm going over to get him with an attack that was almost enough to kill him. I guess it wasn't enough anyway, and that was bad. Okay, now he's down for good. Oh, I didn't even get the healing, so I didn't finish the animation that time. I think Prometheus was probably easier to get with this aspect than Heracles was, because Heracles is much more close range. Okay, not a fan of you summoning your bird once you are already dead. This has happened at least once before, I think. It is a big burst of damage, so it is nice from that standpoint. Is bad. I guess it's no longer the God-sent version. Oh, right! I don't know why I was trying to charge that up. That was silly. I should have known that was not going to do anything. He's going to get close to being mad. I missed. Now he's mad. What I have to say to you, though. I got greedy and was trying to anticipate when he was going to be done with that. I really thought that was not going to last that long. That's silly. Great scheme of things, I just should not be taking that kind of risk. Oh, and that was just not paying close enough attention. So one more hit probably does make us use another Death Defiance, which would be our last, which obviously is not good. Ooh. Nope, I missed again. Yep, that's the side dash. Yep, just trying to bait that. No! He changed direction. He immediately changed direction. He was going up, and then he suddenly decided to go down with that. I've never seen him do that before. Okay, so this is where I got greedy in the past. Oh my god, that was bad. Oh, do we have... We might have strength on this run, which technically means we just became stronger. And are taking less damage, because that used to do a lot more damage than that. No, that's bad. Somehow we did not get punished by that nearly as much as I thought we would have. I missed. There we go. Okay, that did not go as well as I would have hoped it would have gone.
These old wounds of mine. I once was stronger than this.
Okay, so...
So sweet.
Fortunately, we did make it through this fight. At the beginning, it was going really smoothly. We had so much damage that I thought, oh, this is going to be especially effective. There's the personal loan paying off, so we have a lot of money. But we've no death defiances. It does mean, let's just double check. I believe, yeah, we do have strength, which is, oddly enough, the art at least, based off of Heracles, so kind of fitting that it activates here. Makes us take 40% less damage, deal 20% more. But ideally, we would have our death defiances still. So it was nice insurance policy in a way, but I am wondering if it may be worth us taking the Athena keepsake on the next floor, and then it would break the Fate's Whim. But since we've already used this keepsake and the other Fate's Whim keepsake, then maybe that's fine. I don't know if it retroactively removes the bonuses that you got from that stuff. That feels like that would be pretty harsh, but what do I know? So let's pop in here, and remember, we do have increased effectiveness of our healing, which is well-timed, and we also get healing from this. So let's... Oh, hold on. One moment. Nab that. Then, just out of curiosity, that says 95. Yeah, that's not enough. We do this.
Over there. Why, thank you.
And now, that's almost max life. And so now I am strongly considering going with you, because that would be a pretty big difference maker. And we have enough money now, suddenly, after that personal loan delivered, it matured, we can potentially get quite aggressive here. So I'm thinking we might do all that. I mean, delayed healing on this floor, 7 encounters means it would probably show up just before the Typhon fight, but that might be ideal timing. And it only costs 35, so I think we definitely do that, and we deliberately will not expedite that. Whereas these ones, I mean, you could make the case we don't benefit that much from this, but still 54 is not that much. This one is probably the one you could make the strongest case for expediting. But let's try this. It does let us use it. So getting Athena... Oh, we don't have any rerolls. Okay, so we'd love to see Athena give us a boon that restores all of our death defiances. And if it's the one that primes a boatload of magic, doesn't matter. We already don't have any magic to work with. So there's no downside to that. Okay, unfortunately, we're going up with just about full life by the time we go through the room that has no enemies in it. We should be on full life, so we're not... Well, we might not be desperate for it. I do wish that we could actually gift to Kronos there. And we do have enough gold for the Kiss of Styx, if it does happen to show up either in Mini Shop, or we did, I think, see it show up at least once in the Super Shop at the end. So there is a chance that might happen as well. We still don't have an attack boon. We need an attack boon. At this point, we'll take anything we can get. Oh, wow. Okay. That's good timing. It does happen immediately. Why, thank you. Okay, we will not gift here.
So then it's true what Kronos said. These possibilities that Typhon could have remained. Or perhaps the Gorgon amulet is letting me share your hallucinations now.
We shall see.
It all seems real enough to me. especially having retraced my path up to this point. But we can stop this here, just as we did before.
So obviously, we've now gotten past all of the rival boss fights. We did not activate rival Typhon, fortunately. There are still... we have to double check. There's the fear that makes the enemies potentially respawn, which hasn't really been a problem at all. So that's been really nice. I think we did one more thing on top of that, but I don't remember which one it was.
Then that is what we shall do. There is no reason to change strategies as long as they keep yielding good results.
Well,
your choice?
Let's see. These were not the things we were looking for. Very much not the things we were looking for. But after we take damage, we come impervious for 2 seconds, and it recharges every 9 seconds. I think that might be what we look for here. Otherwise, this is also very good. But just thinking about how we're going to have to be right up close to enemies, especially against some of these bosses, mini-bosses on this floor, and obviously Typhon himself, this could be really useful. Because there are definitely times when we get shotgunned with multiple hits in quick succession for a lot of damage. That did happen, certainly, or at least can happen against Eris with her triple laser beam, and it happened at least once during that Prometheus-Heracles fight. So I have to imagine that will remain relevant here. Otherwise, this, with a better Hex, or at least one that we could charge up more easily, this could be interesting, but I think it's still this.
The might and fury of Olympus be with you.
Okay. Thank you, Athena. You may not have given us what we were looking for, but hopefully that's still fine. There are still ways to get Death Defiances back, yes, although it's going to cost us gold at this point, and they're not guaranteed, and the timing is uncertain. Hold on. I see that. Armored version. There we go. Okay. So then this will be the first mini-boss. And, yeah, what was the other fear that we took? The Revenant one? That's what I was talking... oh, obviously this, the one that's priming all the magic, which, for the most part, hasn't really been that big of an issue. I mean, as I said, obviously it'd be nice if we could more easily charge up our Hex to benefit more from this, but I'm thinking we're probably going here. We can't reroll what it applies to, so we're probably just hoping that it hits this, and I don't even know what the backup plan would be at this point. If only there were actually more meaningful things for that to activate. I mean, yes, like we could do this and just get some of the passive bonuses. Like if we could get it charge up more at the beginning, or get more of the auto charge up. This one, it did activate a few times in the previous boss fight, so certainly against Typhon it's possible. But I think we're still going for this. Okay, which one do we get? We get you. Excuse me. Wait for you to do that, then we do this, then we do that. Oh, I was gonna say maybe we get greedy there, but I'll try not to. Ooh, I zoned out. And that was bad. I don't know which one he's doing now. He's doing the charge up. Kinda, sorta. He didn't really chase me. Yeah, I don't really want to charge it up as soon as he starts. Because otherwise the rhythm gets a little bit funky. Just wait for this a little bit. Then I do this. Ooh. That was close. does also mean that our skulls come back more slowly, so it's actually a bit of a downside in that way. I don't know what he's doing. Come on. Oh, okay, you changed it up. I was a little slow on that. That's also not really the timing we're looking for. That is. There's a golden urn there. That's okay. That's not of critical importance right now. Ooh, that was a little greedy. I delayed the time. What happened? Why did my special just never activate? I don't understand. No, don't really want that. Don't know what he's doing. Oh, I got greedy. I didn't wait for him that time. I just decided to try to get him nonetheless, like on his way over. Rather than waiting for him to do that. But there we go. Used some blocks, but didn't end up taking... I think we took 1 hit worth of damage. But we do have improved healing, and we have improved gold. At least from those drops. So this really want to hit the special. It does not hit the special. Instead, I guess it's this. I don't know, or that. Not great. Not great.
Closer to the top.
That's a lot of explosive stuff. Oh, and you are lightning fast. Fortunately, that was a great time for Zeus to activate. Legendary. Okay, now this... For magic? No, absolutely. There's nothing to be gained from that, and that's not even an exaggeration. We have negative magic at the moment. It quite literally does nothing. Ooh, hello. Not quite the timing I was looking for. Oh, you're still alive. Go. And then here is a delayed Selene. And with this, let's see what we can do. I don't even remember if we checked what this does. Well, it'd help if I could actually hover over the right thing. During the hex, gain 1% damage per foe slain. I mean, in crowded rooms, that's potentially quite good. It's less meaningful against Typhon. Take 2% less damage for the rest of the encounter against Typhon. That's kind of useful. Lasts for longer. What is this one? Makes everything else move 75% slower instead of 50% slower. But it makes it cost more. So what do we get here? Less damage, starts up even more charged. Less damage, lasts longer. Wait. Oh, no. Okay, I remember we've seen this before. If you use a Death Defiance, it charges up your Hex. It is not the other way around. It's not as if using your Hex gives you back Death Defiances. If so, that would be unbelievably strong. So I am tempted to go this way just to get the charge up more quickly, and then in the process we get a little bit of damage reduction in the rest of the encounter. Obviously, 2% less damage might be a rounding error if we only have one of those, but I think we already have at least one. Do we? Oh, we might not. Oh. Okay, if we go this way, we get 2 of them, so it's minus 4% damage. Typhon does have some big hits, so it's probably minus 1 to minus 2 damage per hit. It's a little hard to get excited about that. But it does also get us closer to this, but I'm not really sure. Well, if we had Death Defiances, it would make it possible for us to get a lot more out of our Hex, but we don't have good Hex use, and we don't have good Death Defiance use, so It's really just more or less irrelevant. So you know what? Maybe it's you, and... I guess that's also damage reduction anyway, so... It's either that, or well... Yeah, take that, sure.
The end of the path.
I don't know. But we just get this. And that's a pretty rare item, so we'll take it. Okay, definitely want Zeus. Will it give us what we're looking for? Who knows? Which enemy will it be? Who knows? Okay, this is probably the one that we wanted to see. I think. What are you doing? Oh, you're doing blast. It's not letting me hit you, which is unfortunate. And there are a whole lot of these, and I don't like it, and that was very much a wasted resistance. That would be our best window, in fact. Should really be doing this. Should have done it earlier. Hoping that occasionally, just when you're running around, yeah, we'll blast you with that. Now, dodge 1, dodge 2, hit you with this. We don't have a good way to get rid of those guys. Besides, I guess, sort of the cast. Oh, this is the blast. And yeah, I had to find a path through there that was safe. It's not easy. Dodge 1, dodge 2. Oh, come on. What are you doing now? Doing this. No, I thought we could send you, which I probably should have known was not a good idea, but I did it anyway. Also, why didn't you move there? That was strange. Dodge 1, dodge 2. There we go. I was trying to get double hits in those in the past, but just couldn't quite do it quickly enough. What? Why is it just always staying still? Oh, this is blast. What is this? Summoning all these dudes. Now it's this. Dodge 1, dodge 2. Why couldn't you get perma killed by Zeus? We're wondering if that was possible. We don't know. Might not. Oh, come on. Oh, what are we doing? We're doing the blast. Wait for him to do the slam, and then I'm gonna freeze. Oh, come on. I still missed. Oh my god. It did almost nothing for us. Largely because of a whiff, but... I actually got more than I was expecting it to. Ooh, that was close. Dodge 1. Dodge 2. Excuse me. Is it getting stuck on this collecting resource, I'm wondering? Oh, that's a blast. I was almost right next to him when he did that. No. Oh my gosh, and I got the timing on the setup. Just have to get these guys. Ooh. Not expect them all to spawn directly on top of me, though. That was a little surprise. 1, dodge 2, dodge up, blast. Oh, I did kind of deliberately want to get those to explode right on top of them. Oh, is that a blast? I think it is. Looking for dodge 1, dodge 2, charge up. This. There we go. Okay. I think we might have taken a tiny bit of damage there, but grand scheme of things, not too bad. I definitely do prefer that fight to the other, what's it, the eye can be the second one. Okay, so this is the big thing. We really, really want an attack boon here.
Hear me, on my authority.
Cast. Chain Lightning bounces more, or Revenge boon. Well. I guess it's the cast.
All right.
Then the Hermes. Charge moves are faster. No, it's not particularly relevant. I think this might still help, although it might more so be a matter of just how quickly I can spam the buttons. More so than, you know, a limit in-game for how quick the animations are. And then this one, I mean, obviously it only activates for a single shot, which is a little hard to get excited about. I think we have to do this. We didn't take any damage. Okay. Might have used a block. I know we used at least one resistance of some variety. We would have healed from that anyway. We only have about 200 life, which is not a lot, especially considering that we have no Death Defiances. Strength is active, that means. So it is kind of nice from that standpoint. And there are certainly times when we've not needed a Death Defiance against Typhon before, but that is not necessarily a situation that I like to find myself in. We are going to get this delayed healing. Oh, okay, that we didn't actually end up needing, but there's a chance we'll be able to buy a Kiss of Sticks from this super shop. We should, with 1,000 plus gold, be able to get a few things there.
Higher up.
Even if there is no Kiss of Sticks. This could be close. Okay, we get a little bit of life there, so we're at least right at 200.
Here's what I got for you this time.
Okay, don't need that. Nor do we need that. We... Let's see, that's 950... Hold on. 950. Wait, do we have just enough for all the... Yeah, okay. I think... Hermes... We're gonna have to... Okay, we already got this one. Yeah, and this probably would have been the best Hermes boon at this stage. So... I think Hermes waits. Let's do this.
I accept this message.
Any attack boon we get, we probably have to take. So, it's not the one that I was looking for. This is kind of funny when we have all of our magic primed, but we'll take it. Then we've just enough to do this. For a second, I thought we were like 5 gold away. 4 gold, yeah, 5 gold away. So do this, don't need the healing. Yeah, I mean, in a way, extra armor would be kind of nice. Then we still get the bonuses from having strength active, but at the same time, we still get more effective life. Let's do this.
Fair trade.
Well, that stinks. Oh, except we have one more boon we can purchase. Who is it from? Are they likely to give us an air or earth boon? Otherwise, it's probably that. I think we're taking this regardless. I think she gives some earth boons.
Olympus, I accept this message.
She does. Okay, all these are earth. Can't benefit from that. Can't benefit from that. Can't benefit from that either. So the only thing that we gain here is that it gives us 8 earth boons, which means we get 25% extra damage. So that is something. And at least we have an attack boon now, which is definitely something when we have all of our various attack boosting sources. I mean, I guess we might as well. Might as well do that.
Moon awakened.
Go big or go home. And then... can't use that. So yeah, this is kinda dicey. What are you? Oh, right. Okay. So, and what was this? Deal more damage based on the number of Death Defiances we've used. Well, it is a lot. So we are getting a lot of value out of that, although if we had gotten a Kiss of Sticks, it would have been even better still. Oh, okay, so the Jeweled Palm stays here once you've taken it. So this sort of symbolizes that, yes, you continue to have this value, but you don't lose it retroactively if you then later start taking stuff that has a chance to make specific people show up. So that is very good to know. And, you know, ranking this up, I think, starts to make a very big difference as well. So it's more worthwhile to take that kind of risk of not having rerolls, because we would have benefited a whole lot from those rerolls, and I did not plan on getting rid of them with the Arcana cards this time. This was leftover Arcana from a previous run that was a little bit more experimental. So, alrighty, we're going in with 200 life. Fortunately, with us taking 40% less damage, it's almost like that is the equivalent of having an extra Death Defiance, except that we have low life as well. If we were closer to 300, I'd say that, but the extra defense from strength is more so just that it's like we have the amount of life we would usually have going into this encounter. But we do have extra 20% damage, so we do have a lot of damage sources. And now that we actually have an attack boon, maybe that is the key to get us back to doing absolutely ridiculous amounts of damage. But the margin for error is still very small. We do have a lot of blocks, which is nice. But, and the imperviousness, honestly, this, I don't know to what extent I want to try to make a point of staying in dangerous areas for 2 seconds after getting hit to just stack a bunch of damage and getting the most out of that imperviousness, or if I just want to just sort of have that be a passive thing happening in the background, not really planning around it, and it just means that you're a little bit safer if you do get hit. You're not going to get hit 2 or 3 times in quick succession, which against his shotgunning orb projectile that he shoots out, that, if nothing else, it's very convenient for that. So, alright. It's normal Typhon, thankfully, but I don't know if we have what it takes defensively to get it done here. It would be our highest fear run on the surface ever, possibly our highest fear run, period. No, oh! Okay. Not that you're gonna do the magnetic effect, whatever you want to call it. That's bad. Oh, I got out of the way, though. I did not expect that. This is the effect that I was saying would be nice to have resistance. There's the shotgun stuff for it. Okay, I do think we want to use this basically immediately, because it does have some passive effects which are very, very nice. Oh, I should have hit him again, except we weren't going to be able to hit him again because it's going to this. And this we have to dodge through. That as well, except that I didn't do that. Nope, that was bad. I don't actually know if that hit me. Oh, that was convenient, though. I must say that. I think I resisted something there. Not sure what it was. I resisted that. Yeah, I don't like the number of enemies we have here. And that one was me trying to take advantage of the immunity. Not great timing there. Oh! Okay, hold on. Dodge one. Oh, Zeus phase. That's a good sign.
It's me you want, monster.
It's a good sign.
Hold nothing nothing back.
Get him.
The wall's empty.
Surprised I didn't get any of that stuff, if I'm being really honest with you. Oh, please. There we go. I can't help but feel like that was a good window to deal damage, and I didn't make the most of it. So going back to ads phase, that's a good sign. That means that we're doing a lot of damage. Oh, that's really bad, though. Fortunately, the Athena boon, I think, did come in handy there. No, you still hit me. That's not good. That didn't count. This. No, it's ideally a time when we would also be going in to hit him. Nope, don't hit me, please. Oh, you hit me. Yeah, this is gonna be 1 and then 2. No! One. I messed it up. I messed it up. He was incredibly close. I know he was incredibly close. I'm really. Oh, that stinks so much. I'm mad about that one. It was very doable. I'm mad at myself. I'm actually mad at my... Well, I know you don't want any excuses right now. I'd just like you to know that right as he was doing that attack, my dash button on my controller was sticking down. That is not the sound of me pressing the dash button. That is the sound of the dash button... of the A button on my controller only unclicking a second or so after I take my finger off of it. And that was the difference between us living and dying on that occasion, which really stinks. I think he was probably one hit away, or at least one of the big charged combos away from going down. So that really stinks. I mean, if we just didn't mess with the Arcana cards, I think we have that one in the bag. If we had one reroll on that run, I think we have it. Oh man, it was so doable.
I'd best get back up to Olympus before Typhon gets his way.
But in a different way than the other runs have typically been. In the past, when I say that, it's oftentimes been, oh, you know, I messed up the execution, I just played poorly. That one, yeah, I'm sure there were plenty of times when I could have not taken damage when I did take damage, and that would have helped, because avoiding one more hit would have potentially been the difference maker. But could we have just gotten the Zeus spoon for the attack or special earlier on? That probably would have saved us at least 1 or 2 Death Defiances, and probably would have given us more damage in that fight as well. So, you know, just all those things where it's like, oh, this was... It feels more like we set ourselves up for failure rather than that it was an execution issue. Obviously, it always is to a certain extent whenever a run falls short, but as I said, that was our highest fear run possibly ever. Certainly on the surface would have been what we needed for the Champion of the Night threshold. So it's just so close, yet so far. So if we did the same exact thing again and just changed the Arcana cards, I bet we would have had it.
Whew, thought you'd never snap out of it. You okay?
But this is interesting. Dora is not usually standing here. I think this is the first time we've ever seen her in this location. So maybe I'm reading into this too much, but I feel like that means something unusual is about to happen. As I said, at the end of our previous run, I thought, were about to awaken Hypnos for good. We made seemingly some progress on that, but then it seemed as though, I mean, he didn't wake up, so maybe we need to do one more run by the time we get back. Maybe he'll have woken up then. So is that what we're about to see?
Yes, thank you, Dora. I hope I didn't cause you any concern. Have you been by my side here all this time?
Yeah, what's this all about?
What, me? No, I'm just out for a breather.
But you don't even breathe.
Cut it out.
What's the deal with that? It's just a random coincidence that she happens to be there this time around? I don't know what to make of that.
You won't forget them. Ever. And with this, perhaps Dora won't forget them either.
So yeah, and, you know, if we hadn't, we also got very, very greedy with that attack boon and or special boon. We did, I think, see some low rarity versions of that in the first or second floor. We turned them down saying, oh, let's see if we can get a higher rarity version of that later on, and then it obviously didn't end up happening for the most part. So yeah, the rerolls, the other way in which we messed up our Arcana was we set it up such that we did not get the type of increased rarity chance that we're used to seeing. So that also could have meant that from the onset, we could have gotten some of those boons we were looking for. So just all these things where it's like, we messed up our setup, and if we had just paid a little closer attention at the beginning, then I think we would have been totally fine. But let's see. We did get the Dionysus prophecy completed, so that is good.
The god of wine shall help to calm your mind.
And we did not get progress on seeking to know he who rebels against the gods. That was the one that I was saying, maybe that's Heracles. If not, then I'm not sure who it is. But this is where we got so close to getting Aspect of Medea. I wish we could see his life bar, Typhon, because I really think he was just one triple or however many skulls, then blowing them all up on him away from going down. Okay, let's see. I don't think we're gifting to you
Bring
here.
those foes of ours some more bad news for me.
Oh, you didn't even have an exclamation point above your head?
Eris is gone.
Eris is gone. We did get the nightmare as well. So we certainly... And we got some... We learned some things about those new keepsakes.
I'm screaming.
We ranked one of them up, I think, and probably got close to ranking up the other one. So various more subtle ways in which we made progress, even if we didn't quite get the big thing that we were looking for. And what
Evening, music maker.
is new for you? Oh, deep sleep. Theme for drifting peacefully and intermittently through the realm of sleep and dream from having seen, or having delved into hypnosis dreams last time as well. Okay. Still waiting on that. That was the bonus bones weapon, I believe. So after selling these guys... Oh, we got two of those. We can't quite afford Nightmare, but could get more Moon Dust. We could obviously get more of these guys. Let's see if there's anything that seems especially useful right now.
How many attempts was that now? Good thing our Titan friend's too busy with your topside relatives to pay you much attention.
I think there's a chance that the reason why Nemesis is saying that this run, or technically she should have said it after the previous run, is because we have now done 100 nights. I think that was technically night 101. So I'm guessing that's the threshold for that conversation.
Sorry, not been keeping count.
Except we
I'll
can.
get there when I get there. Though surely you would have vanquished the Titan Lord on your very first go.
I mean, we have defeated both of them. Several times, of course. We've gotten the true ending. Except she actually did defeat the Titan Lord on her very first go, which was kind of... I don't know. I don't think she would have managed that, realistically.
Guess we'll never know, will we?
Well, technically, we kind of already do. Okay, let's see. Learn anything from you?
Must be very difficult for you up there. My aim was to prepare you for the dangers of the underworld, not those Olympus thought be able to take care of on its own.
Every misstep on the surface is a harsher lesson even than below. I've become more used to it, but I'm constantly reminded I should not be able to set foot up there at all.
And yet you carry on. Notice how I do not even attempt to cure you of that stubbornness. It is probably your family's most pervasive trait. Well, if you wish to keep making things even harder on yourself, at least you know the way.
That we do.
I like having options.
And speaking of making things harder and having options for how to do that, I do think that the fear upgrades that we took were, for the most part, quite good. The one that made the enemies sometimes respawn was, as we had kind of hoped, almost a complete non-factor. And then the one that made us prime magic, yeah, okay, that did mean that we basically just committed from the onset to never using any charged attacks. And that did have some consequences, but we kind of went in with that expectation, planned around it, and so toward the end there were some boons that we knew were going to provide 0 value to us because we had 100% of our magic primed. So maybe, technically speaking, if not for that one, things could have gone a little bit better, but that wasn't too bad, at least with the build that we were running. So that's good to know, that those are potentially both usable. We also got one of the Shadow or Stardust or whatever these ones are called, just from getting up there on the surface on a run that had 12 fear. That seems to usually be the threshold for those little tables with crafting materials on them. And this would give us more of the beast-loved morsels, and I think we're quite close to having enough to max out all of our familiars, so I think we'll go for it.
Become as new.
I don't know if that would be enough, or we might need one more round of those. Still no.
How is old Polyphemus, anyhow? Slowed down a bit since he was young, perhaps? I scarce was any match for him, but I was merely mortal, whilst you.
Yeah, the rival Polyphemus, well, I guess it did drop us pretty low. I mean, it was basically the same story for all the bosses in a way. We had a ton of damage when we were able to attack with that damage safely. It was fantastic. But then oftentimes there was just, you know, a phase or two, or even just a few second span where we just got shotgunned for a ton of damage, or other ways in which the bosses dealt a big chunk of damage to us relatively quickly. Yes, the Athena boon did help in that way. Oh, that's another thing. Add that to the list of things that just so close. If we got a better Athena boon, one that gave us a single Death Defiance back, and we would have had it. So just all these things that, again, with a single reroll, or ideally more than a single, but if we had some rerolls, that was all it would have taken. And that's good to know, because it gives us a sense going forward of, okay, how valuable are these things? How much of a priority do we want to put on making sure that we have some rerolls from the beginning of the run? How much do we want to make sure that we save some of those rerolls long term, considering using runs that don't have any rerolls, and now the potential upside of that with the 2 new keepsakes? Is that worthwhile? So that's still a relatively new thing for us. We're learning, but it turns out they are, at least in some cases, very good and can be big difference makers.
He's territorial, though seems much more concerned with sleep and appetite than any other cause. So you really blinded him then?
I did, and only wish he had another eyes that I could have done it twice. For evidently he is not remorseful in the least for what he did, and as you plainly see, neither am I.
I'll get him for you.
Good.
Is that the old acquaintance do you need to settle up with? Not yet, at least, unfortunately. Get all that stuff.
Plenty of room to grow.
Plant some more stuff. And then there is a chance that we will be able to wake up Hypnos now, so I am curious to see.
You'll flourish here.
Let's plant this stuff first so that if that does pass time, we can still benefit from that. Well, there's no exclamation point above his head, and he does still appear to be sleeping. So, I'm not sure that that is the case.
Salutations.
Talks upon the enemies of Hades. Whoever angers you, milady. Cause of death, pestilence? Oh no! Alright, so I have to admit, I am surprised that there's no update on Hypnos here. I am pretty surprised about that. Alright. So there we go. We got very, very close, but not quite close enough with the aspect of Medea. It is really strong. And I think with better planning and a little more luck, and even, as I said, by no means was I perfect, but I didn't feel like we made any glaring mistakes on that run, at least with particular encounters or anything like that. So I think we should still be able to get this weapon aspect over the finish line with around 12 fear. Of course, had we turned it down to 0 fear, if we really just want to complete a run with this weapon aspect for the sake of completing the prophecy, then we can always turn off the fear altogether, and that's, at this point, a pretty consistent way to make sure we get things across the finish line, though I don't really think that's necessary. I think this weapon aspect has crazy damage potential, as we saw early on. It just, ideally, in involves getting an attack and or special boon early on that you like using, and we probably should have just settled for getting one of those earlier. But with that being said, I think this is where we will wrap up the next run. Probably at this point, we will wait for the new updated final ending patch, so that way we can theoretically, retroactively, see the true ending once again. So I'm curious to see that. And other than that, we are still looking for potentially finishing runs with the two aspects we have remaining, this one that we just used here, and also the aspect of Thanatos on the axe. There's a chance we might do some Chaos Trials in the meantime while we're waiting, but depending on how exactly the timing works out, that may not be necessary. So either way, thank you all for watching, and I'll catch you in the next one.